Hey everyone, I'm Jeffrey Whetstone, and this is my economic assessment presentation. So, based on the rubric, or based on the notes from the managers meeting, this is the economic assessment that I was able to give for the new software updates. So, the workforce, um, this this goes through the first couple slides. We'll go through the spreadsheets that I created, showing the costs that it will require for all the employees from year 0 and then to 5. So the this spreadsheet goes through starting with the CSR and then the managers and then the engineers, DBAs, and developers. It displays the salaries. So from the meeting, this is the salaries that each of the positions will be receiving on a yearly basis. All these numbers are in thousands, so they're making $30,000 a year. Their burden rate, they'll have a specified burden rate, the total needed. So there will be 500 CSR customer service representatives needed, cut down by 500, by half from the previous 1,000. So, and then the level 1 managers, according to the business model, is required. And then we have the costs of the laptops, and then the total cost for the computers. Here, it's and then so we have the total with hardware costs overall. These numbers reflect how much it costs for the employee and for their computers in total, adding up to $25 million, $495,000. So that's all the employees for 1 year with their computers, their brand new computers. The total without the hardware cost overall is $24,305,000. So as we can progress on to year 3, so year 1 or 0 through 2 is the same because we're not adding any more employees, so it continues to stay the same. But in year 3, as the business is going to grow, estimated at 10%, we added 25 CSR, 3 managers, and then we didn't need to add a level 2 manager or a level 3 manager. So I left out the total with hardware cost because you're not going to be needing to purchase brand new computers for every person. So we just have the hardware cost overall. As we go into year 4, again, it's the same information, except we have the total needed column is changing because every year we're adding 10% more people to staff so that we can maintain the business needs. Year 5 is again the same, so the total amount of people needed, and then the total without the hardware cost is increasing, which we see reflected here. So the benefits, the known operating savings, we're saving initially we're saving $25 million as reflected here in the investment column. So that number is the amount of money that we're saving by cutting our employees in half, the CSRs. So that's the amount that we would have to pay all the employees. But since we're eliminating that cost, then it becomes a benefit. As we go on through year 0 through year 5, that number lessens because we're hiring more people, and so we're not saving as much. We're spending that money versus saving it. So that number depreciates. as we go into the development software customization costs. So the implementation of the software and the software customization is $15 million total. And that is shown in year 0, the investment year, and then year 1 through 5, there's no cost. The hardware costs, however, we've got $1,390, so $1,390,000 for all of the computers for all the employees, all the hardware. As you see, it's zeroed out, and then we have these costs, and so these costs reflect the amount of computers. So $62,000 is required to buy the new computers for those new employees that we're adding years 3, 4, and 5. So that's those numbers reflected there. Software licensing, we see year 1 through 5, it's $1 million a year. Workforce labor cost. So those are the numbers reflected from the previous slides that show how much it will cost to employ all of our employees, which is $24 million for the first 3 years, $25.4, $26.5, and $27.8 million for each respective year. The amortized hardware expense, so this is accounting for depreciation. As we go through year 1 using the mark depreciation, factoring into that, the hardware depreciates $278,000 a year, and then the second year it's $444,800 a year, and then it obviously drops off after that. The depreciation lessens. So the total anticipated cost reflected here is $40,000. So that's these columns added together, and then on down the line, so we have all of our these are the costs. So the first year it's obviously going to cost a lot more because we have the implementation and the software customization costs. So that number jumps up quite a bit. But then as we continue on through the years, it stays at 25 million, 25 million, 26 million, 27 million, 29 million. And that's because we're having to pay the each and every one of the employees this 25 million, 26 million, 27 million. And then we have the software licensing and the hardware costs, and then the depreciation costs as well. So that's factoring into the total cost. So here on the net value and cost, so this is subtracting the net value of the company with the benefit that we're gaining from losing those 500 employees. So as we see in the investment year, the numbers are red because they are negative. So we are negative $16 million in the first year, and that goes a lot. It raises a lot when we get into year 2 or year 1 to $1,278,000. $1,278,000. And then it slowly increases as we go along because the benefits are decreasing and the costs are increasing as we continue on. So the discounted value incorporates the interest rate. All of these, all of the pricing incorporates the 40% taxes. The net present value is from all these years is negative $28 million. So that isn't really a good thing. So as we go on the benefits, the hard savings are the reduction of the CSRs in half. The cost of operation reduces with the new software. The soft savings are the improvement of quality of work, and the less need to rely on more CSRs, and in turn more managers. The annual expense of the $24.3 million on employees to an increase of $27.8 million by year 5 are the costs. Year 0 will have $16.3 million costs for the implementation of the new software, and the depreciation of hardware will be an average of a quarter the depreciation will be an average of $250,000 each year. So by year 3, we'll have a growth need of CSRs and managers. So that's why we added the 10% from year 3, 4, and 5. However, the income being generated for the new software, which is not a factor in this analysis, the benefits could be greater than the cost. But with this analysis, the benefits are much less than the cost of the project. Due to business growth and need, the costs obviously increase, exceeding 25 million, and we're only saving 24 million with the employee cuts, and that's just in the first year. So my recommendation would be to abandon this newest software development project without incorporating the benefits from this new software. And that is all. Thanks for watching.